Hi everybody, welcome to the third video of Deconstructor. In today's video, I am going to deconstruct the iconic cult character, the driver, from the 2011 film Drive. The character was portrayed by Ryan Gosling in the film. The driver is a young man who lives alone in an apartment in Los Angeles. He is a very quiet, stoic guy. He speaks less, laughs even less, and barely ever emotes. He does 3 jobs. His day job, mechanic at a garage. His occasional gig, stuntman for car stunts in movies. His night job, getaway driver for criminals in the city. He never directly participates in any crime. He just drives. One day, a new neighbor moves in, Irene, a young, beautiful woman. She has a very young son, Benicio. Driver immediately takes a liking for her. He gets to know her and they start spending time together. The driver shows them around, drives them around, takes them to interesting places. Meeting Irene and her son ignites a certain warmth, a certain desire for domesticity inside him, which he had perhaps never experienced. Before we know it, the driver is in love with Irene, and she also shares those emotions back. Irene has a husband. He is released from prison. He returns home. He is reunited with his family. The driver is upset. He is sad. He is feeling low. He had emotions for Irene, but now it doesn't matter. The husband, however, is in deep trouble. He is beaten up by some gangsters. We come to know that he owes a lot of money to Jewish gangsters in the city. The gangsters also threaten Irene and her son, leaving behind a bullet. The driver is furious. From this point onwards, he goes all in to protect Irene and her son. He decides to help out her husband and gets himself involved in this muddled affair. From this point onwards, there is pure and absolute carnage. Shootings, stabbings, killings, the hammer in a strip club. The driver knows that from this point onwards, his life will never be the same again. So he takes some harsh decisions. He ends up killing a lot of very important gangsters in the film. The famous elevator scene where he kisses Irene for the first time. This is the closest they ever get physically. Before attacking his attacker, or rather their attacker, and stomping him to his death with his boot. Irene sees this. She knows now that the driver is an ultra-violent person, but she also knows he is doing this to protect her. As the driver navigates through this very complex scenario, he ends up arranging a meeting with one of the important gangsters, and he trades his life for the safety of Irene and her young son Benicio. He knows that his life will not be safe, but at least theirs can be. However, as he had anticipated, there is an attempt on his life. He is attacked, but he responds, killing his attacker instead. He also leaves behind a large stash of money which was accidentally with him when he got himself involved in this crazy affair. However, at this point, the driver makes the ultimate sacrifice. He drives away from Irene, away from her son, away from their lives. He knows that if he stays away, if he goes away, if he never returns, perhaps they will remain safe. The only person he probably loved truly was Irene, and in the end, he decides to drive away from her life. Now, if we analyze the driver's character, one thing is stark and clear, that he is a true protector. Once he cares about something, he goes all out and all in to protect that thing. He does not care what he has to do to protect that thing. In this scenario, it is killing a lot of very dangerous people. He does that unflinchingly. He also knows that he might probably die in this ordeal, but he does not care because he cares way too much, or rather he cares too much about Irene and her son. So, driver to me is somebody who has probably he's not had a lot of warmth in his life earlier, and through Irene and her son, he feels that warmth, that connection, that sense of domesticity for the first time, and he just loves it, and he will go all out to protect it. So driver to me is a real hero. He to me is a protector, and he is the kind of guy who will die for love, but also he's the kind of guy who will kill for love. So with this, I come to an end of my deconstruction of the driver. I would love to hear your thoughts, comments, opinions. Please share them in the comments below, and please spread the word so that more and more people watch this channel, and also suggest me characters who I can deconstruct in future videos. I'll see you all next week with another crazy character deconstruction from a great film. Until then, goodbye, take care, see you all.